Hey, good morning, everybody. Irish Pepper 2A here, coming at you again with another, you guessed it, impromptu video about some things I was thinking about, and didn't have a whole lot of time to put this together because, I'm not a guy with a plan. Do I look like a guy with a plan? So, with that being said, a friend of mine at work, we were talking about bug out bags and we were talking about some other things like that. And I always promised I'm not going to do a video about what goes into a bug out bag because that is so unique um, to you and your situation. But one thing I did want to talk about, my friend and I were talking about this, is one thing that a lot of people agree on in the bug out bag is one of these, right? A solar charger. A lot of people want those. Exactly why? Because they want to keep their electronics powered if they have to get out and get moving. Okay? And what electronics are going to keep powered? Mostly your cell phone, such as the one that I'm recording this video on, or perhaps something, like a really tactical watch that you have to charge every so often. However, and here comes the dilemma here, these devices all have GPS tracking on them. And the last thing you want to do in an SHTF situation is allow yourself to be tracked and monitoring your movement. I know I wouldn't. I would want to find some other way. And they say that there's ways to go and deactivate the GPS, at least on your phone. Probably not on something like this because that's what it's designed for. You're not going to be able to deactivate that. But at least on your phone, they say that there's a way to deactivate that. Now, if you would go ahead and believe that, well, I have some seaside property in Arizona I'd like to offer up to you for sale. And, I don't believe that. I don't. Because just think about this fact for a second. Have you ever not even had your phone, maybe it's in your pocket, wherever it might be, it's laying on the counter, and you just talk about something? The next time you go onto some form of social media platform or go online, you're getting suggestions, you're getting advertisements for a subject that you haven't even physically looked up. You were just talking about it, your phone wasn't even active. That happened to me personally. I can attest to it. Friend and I were talking at work about something. I had my phone in my pocket. I didn't even have it in my hand. Next time I went on one of the popular social media platforms, there was advertisements for that product. So don't think they're not listening. So how do we get around this problem? A lot of people will say that, going with a, outdated technology, like, the old flip phones or something like that, go get yourself a $30 track phone. Yeah, that's definitely a step in a better direction. However, they're still going to ping you from cell towers and things like that. And, most of the times, if you Google an untraceable phone, a lot of the sites are talking about to keep your phone from getting hacked and getting into your personal information. At this point, if I'm that worried about it, I don't really care about my personal information anymore. I worry about where I am. All right. Another thing that folks will talk about, and I'm still extremely ignorant on the subject, but I am learning, is the shortwave radio. However, if you don't have a license, the little bit that I know about shortwave radio, I'm still learning. If you don't have a license and you hit that transmit button, man, you are in big trouble. Big trouble. The other part that I do know is that if in a total disaster situation, you are permitted to broadcast, but again, who dictates what the disaster actually is? What's the importance of it? So again, that's a completely, you know, risk versus reward type of situation again. The other thing that I thought about was you have to work now with your contacts, with the people that you're networking with, um, and you know your group, your stronghold. Develop a plan now as to what you're going to do, and get yourself hard copies of maps and come up with a game plan. Okay, this not even a game plan, but you want your primary plan, you want a secondary plan, you want a contingency plan. You need to cover all your bases like that. And again, and I keep harping on this, but this is all unique to you and yours. Okay? I mean, it's like I live in Western Maryland. My closest relative, the one that I would rely on most, he's 150 miles northwest of me. So at some point, we would have to meet up and then follow whatever path we're going to go and whatever our plan would be. Because the only other family I have is way in the southwest of the United States, which would be an epic trek to accomplish. So let's just say that you weren't able to link up, or one group gets ahead of the other, and I'm going way out on a limb here, so please excuse me, but there's also ways to leave incognito messages on the trail, provided you're all following the same trail. That's unique to you and your party. Somebody else walking by wouldn't give it a second glance. But, the people that you associate with and the group that you're running with, if you're all following the same mindset and the same preparedness plan, at least for bugging out anyway. At least for bugging out, meeting up, linking up, things like that. If you're all on the same page, I can imagine it would be very easy to follow that. And in the event that something would happen, that would be my last phone call. Hey, I'm leaving. I'm going with route A, and I'll leave markers on the way, and smash that phone, and I'm out. And again, that's completely, we are 10 days away from doomsday type of situation. Okay, so the reason I was making this is, number one, beware the technology and how it's tracking you, and number two, don't be afraid to revert to old technology, and I'm talking old technology. Learn how to orient yourself on learn how to orient yourself on a map, learn how to use a compass, and learn how to communicate and work together to stay strong, stay alive. Yeah, I know this video threw a lot out there. It's just some food for thought. Get the brain working, get you thinking about some different ideas. If you have other ideas and suggestions, please feel free to comment, because it's an important subject. It really is, and I think sometimes a lot of folks neglect it because they're so worried about food, ammo, clothing, how much gas I have in my car. Where are you going? What are you going to do when you get there? Okay? So just think about that for a minute. And like I said, if you guys have any extra tips, ideas, thoughts, you liked the video, you hated the video, let me know. And, we'll try and work on something better next time. At any rate, Irish Pepper 2A is going to sign off. And I hope you all have a blessed day.